yeah. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. That's right, and we are here for the finale, the last episode. There ain't gonna be no more this season. We are talking about Cloak and Dagger. Man, they made me proud. Now, real quick shout out. LA traffic is crazy. Ton of stuff is crazy. We're a little bit late, but you know what? We're here. You know what I'm saying? We here, you here, I'm here. NERDSoul Light is here. We all doing it. Big shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We got Hot McFly. You know what? Hot McFly is just a cool name in general. Oh boy, Hot McFly. Anyway, Hot McFly. All right. We got Star Drew in the house. And oh yeah, probably just Star Drew for now, but I know we got another person or two lurking in the midst. We don't know. But what I'll do is give a shout out to my Patreon supporters, which is Thought Crimes. Big shout out to them. Check them out on YouTube. They are dope. Big shout out to Enrique Carrion. Dope comic book writer. Check out Phenomic. And Tim I. He's the bomb. Hold me down. Supporting the Squid Eye. Also, nice little announcement for you guys. If you are checking this on the replay, don't feel left out. Leave a comment. We can talk about the greatness, which is Cloak and Dagger. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta feel bad because you missed out or you been late. It's all good. We gonna be all right. Give me five. Give me five. You want to get up. So, with that said, before I get started, guys, start putting in your chat messages your favorite part of this episode. I'll go on and start off by saying that I love that everybody got a chance to come back and do a little something. I did expect a little bit more from Mina, but I'll get into that when we cover the whole season. First off, man, talk about the Pied Piper of despair, bruh. Like, yo, Pied Piper, like, homie's music was playing through the whole city, and you could literally see people just disappearing. Like, people, it was like the Thanos version, but it was jazzy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, look, if I'm robbing a bank with you, all right, look, I need to make sure that you're gonna stay in the car. All right, you can't just be leaving the car. All right, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you can't leave the car. If you are my getaway driver, we can't get away without you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care the kind of music you hear. If you hear your favorite bop on the streets, you need to be focused so we can all get away. Thank you. We're trying to get this money and be out. Now, with that said, it's got to be scary to see all of the women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be scary to see all of those women kind of just lined up, you know, for him to just like drive into madness, into despair, into, you know, just hopelessness. And I thought it was just weird looking. It was strange to see it, you know, all come together the way it was, because now he is a god or a devil, you know what I'm saying? And there's not really much you can do about him at this point because he has so much power. At least we think. I mean, he still got power, but you know what I'm saying? Like we said last week, we've been saying for a while, you might think you want to be a guy, but you're not sure. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Hit the rock. Go and hit the rock. Oh, you ain't going. You ain't going to hit the rock. You ain't going to hit the rock. Okay, we'll move to the next point. I do want to talk about losing control in terms of how Mina was kind of referencing it when she was talking with, of course, Mayhem or Bridget, whichever one or both of them. There's something to be said about the balance and the ability to share consciousness or share a body or share power between Mayhem and Bridget. And being able to maintain control, maintain balance within herself. And this is something that we'll get into with the crew, but maintaining balance with herself just shows how far she's come since essentially season one, like about mid-season one, and seeing how strong she is emotionally and mentally and how centered she is now. And that just shows how dope of a character, how much stronger she's going to be later on, which I think is going to be incredible. I'm really expecting her to shine a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm expecting a lot more greatness from her in the future, because straight up, old girl was on some, on some power girl-ish, you know what I'm saying, when Evita was in trouble. Old girl came through. Matter of fact, Bridget / Mayhem came through in a clutch. Hard. That's right. So, big shout out to Star Drew. He says, might be Mayhem this whole episode. Yeah, see, we're not sure. I was thinking maybe like Bridget came in a little bit when we saw Fuchs for a second, the fake one. And maybe, saw a little bit of that compassion, but we're not sure. And big shout out to Louisiana Kid. Good to have you in the house. Said, pretty good episode tonight. Pretty good. All right, I'll see if I can change your mind to really good, because there's some stuff that I really, that's right. There's some stuff that I really, really thought went deeper on a character level with Tyrone and with Tandy and between them both. But back to like people that really stood out. You had Mina, who had a chance to come in and really kind of, I guess, give Mayhem a different perspective, or Bridget a different perspective, or both of them a different perspective on where they are now. And also Evita, they know, hey, look, we got to go back in. We need help. There's only one person that can help us. And we saw Tyrone feeling some kind of way. And I'm like, yo, Tyrone, look, I'm feeling like Tandy. Yo, we ain't got time for that. All right. Look, right now, right this moment, though, right this second, what we need to do is put on our big boy pants. Don't worry about the relationship or lack thereof or where it is. She will help us because we're good people. She's good people. And she knows that when we call, we're not just calling for fun. And she showed up. We didn't see the thing I love about Evita and her character at this point, even after being married to Baron Samedi, is we didn't see any hesitation. She got right into it. She picked up the mantle, went right for it. She wasn't scared. She wasn't worried. She didn't, falter or anything. She went straight to it. And I have tons of respect and adoration, or admiration, I guess you can say, for something like that. And I'm glad that this show has those type of heroes, because as you can see, even though this isn't like a world-ending threat, it could be due to the power that he was starting to amass. And imagine with the way music moves through the internet, he could have been a really dangerous foe. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, the need to call the Hulk in or something like that, but on a psychological and emotional level, there's enough broken people in America for him to be, or in the world, for him to find a way to tap into their despair, tap into the depression, become stronger than just about any of the villains that we currently know about in the MCU. So I thought it was cool to see him grow the way he did, even with the problems that he had dealing with both Tyrone and Tandy. With that said, back to Evita. I like the fact that she stepped up. She came through. She didn't falter. And she made sure she kept that candle burning. And for no reason did she ever seem like she was scared. She was getting ready to cut and run. She is there for the long haul. She's picked up the mantle that her aunt has left her. And I'm proud of Evita, man. This season, she has really grown. She's had to grow fast, and she grew fast without complaining. The only thing that we saw is that she missed her auntie, which, we all do. You know what I'm saying? She's a great actress, and maybe we'll see her, bless you, in the future. But I like that she stepped up. I like the way she did. See, we love Evita. That's right. Give me 5. You ain't gonna give me the that's what I'm talking about. See, because we love Evita. Now, big shout out to the chat. Star Drew said Tyrone went on the street at the end, Tandy, for the cops to trade down to trade down despair. Good point. Star Drew said due to the power of despair voodoo. Star Drew said, was it voodoo power? Well, he was a sit that, well, you know what? This would be a good question for Solar Gray if he's in the chat. But due to the way Dre was, I guess, reformed into his godhood, I'd say that this is all voodoo. Like on his side, he has become a full Loa. And, you know, of course, we had to get Evita to get in there to tap into that Loa, to tap into that side to allow, you know, of course, your boy Tyrone and Tandy to go through and do their thing. And I love how this was all a team effort. You got Tyrone and Tandy actually going into, I guess, the other side or the dead side, if you read Shadow Man or something like that, going into the other side and actually confronting the threat. Evita creating the bridge for them to do that, and then Mayhem protecting her so that the bridge would stay, you know, I don't know, sturdy or open or whatever. Yo, man, this episode showed teamwork. Teamwork will make the dream work. Star Drew said, sorry. It's all good. It's all good. So, also, with the teamwork between Tyrone and Tandy, when they finally get a chance to, like, you know, step up, go on the other side, the pep talks, I love their pep talks with each other. They have become such a great pair. And as we see by the end of this episode, it's just wonderful seeing them both be able to be each other's rock at the right moment. Man, it's incredible. It's awesome. Love them. That's right. See, we like, that's what I'm saying, baby. See? So see what I'm saying? He loved them too. So pep talks was dope. Louisiana Kid says, I think that at the end when they were on the bus, I think they were going to Los Angeles and would do a crossover episode with the Runaways. It makes perfect sense. I would not be mad at that. We talked about that. I think you brought it up. I think Louisiana Kid, I think you brought it up last episode, but maybe you didn't. But whoever did, props to you. I wouldn't be mad at that. A crossover with Runaways, now that we know that Disney has essentially controlling interest in Hulu, and all of the Fox stuff, and it makes sense. I don't see why they couldn't. And their shows are far enough removed to where they could do a crossover episode or two and not directly affect the main continuity of their shows. And I think that's something that could be really, really dope. You know what I'm saying? It could be awesome for both of their shows, just to see, you know, how they get along, and especially dealing with Nico's power. Especially regarding Nico's power mostly. I really like to see how they view and kind of how they kind of interact with Nico's power mostly, because Nico's power dances on the line of the mystical and the scientific. So I love that. I really like to see how they see that, and also how they react to a dinosaur, like just the dinosaur that just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see, like, how is that going to work out? Like how like what would Tyrone? How would Tyrone handle that? That would be cool. That could be interesting. But slide that to the side. At the beginning of this, well, maybe mid part of this episode, we see Dre feeling himself a lot in this episode. Like in the early parts of this episode, we really see him feeling himself on another level. Like, you can't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Like, Dre, this is your problem. Drake, bring it in. Drake, you know who I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking to you. See, that's your problem. You think you all that. You know what I'm saying? You think can't nobody stop you, and that's where you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You feeling yourself too much. You know what I'm saying? Dre is like that dude that's had his outfit laid out for about a week, talking about, ooh, I'ma kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like he puts his outfit on like every night, even though it's like a week away, but he put his outfit on like and just stand in the mirror like, ooh. He be in the mirror like that, looking whack, right? But then when he show up, people be like, it's not really your fit, dog. So that's where I'm at with him. That's how I'm feeling. He that's his type. That's how he do. Big shout out to the chat. Star Drew says, yeah, exactly. The Runaways. I wish they could get a DVD. I wish I could get a DVD copy of both the Runaways and Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, do they? I only think they have digital releases. I don't even think they have physical releases of Runaways. And I mean, I guess you could search that up, but I'm not sure. I wonder. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that come across my desk. My desk. I'm super duper, professional. I'm kind of professional. All right. But I'm just saying, I don't think I've seen that come around. I think it's just you. I know you can buy the episodes, but I don't think you can like buy a physical, like the Blu-ray release with special, behind the scenes footage and stuff. I wonder. We'll have to look around for that. I don't think there is, but we had to look around for that. Thank you, Star Drew. Look, NERDSoul like he living his best life right now. You know what I'm saying? Homie got snacks on snacks. Look at that. Look, double fisted too. Look, 1, 2, up. Look, boy got 2 snacks. You can't tell this boy nothing, man. He just living his best life. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going back and forth with you. We ain't going. Hey, look, family show. But him feeling himself let me know the way Dre was feeling himself. I was like, oh, he going down this episode. It's over. See, like if he was kind of like menacing, but not like so pompous, I was like, you know what? They might let this dude be like a greater threat down the line. Like maybe they like sort of beat him, but not fully beat him, and he can like stick around and like kind of like in a background type of way for season 3, and maybe come back in a larger way in season 4. But the way he was feeling himself, he was doing too much stunting. I was like, you going down, bro. It's it. You screwed your own self up. Like, hey, look, you learned. All right, you learned. But real quick before we move on, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for rolling through. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that's, hey, look, numbers is the only way I can tell people that y'all like what y'all seeing. Now, if you don't like what you're seeing, hit that thumbs down. But let me tell you, all right, you hit that thumbs down, all right? And I'm going to send Jazzman after you, all right? You're going to be singing nothing but sad songs. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's nothing but sad songs. You're going to be sitting there looking bad. So, hey, push it. You don't push it, all right? Because Drain, hey, look, going to be looking at a bald-headed trumpet, and it's going to be sad. Oh, also on that, thank you to all the Patreon supporters. And don't forget, NERDSoul, NERDSoul on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, here on YouTube. Subscribe to your boy. And if you like the audio, not only the free podcast, but you can stream your boy. That's right. On Spotify, on iTunes, all that. I dropped a couple gems for y'all, a couple jams called NERDSoul 10. That's right. I got 6 songs on there. You might like one. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. If you like one, support the cause by copping the jam. Also, if you got friends that's DJs, tell them about the joint. You know what I'm saying? I ain't above. Hey, look, it's my stuff. All right, so you can't be a shield for your own stuff. Maybe you can, but if you can, don't worry about it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna back up. So anyway, with that said, I want to get into the wealth of the episode that really kind of deals. That's what I'm saying. That kind of deals with their doppelgangers. And the reason the doppelgangers are so important in this episode to me is it shows 2 things. One, that they have overcome themselves and overcome their fear in fighting themselves and fighting each other's kind of fear when they swapped off. Also, they have mastered themselves. And that's what meant so much to me in seeing both of them the way they ran is Tandy has arrived. You know what I'm saying? She's faced her fear. She's past that. She's grown. It's not holding her. It's not baggage anymore. She's let it go and she's grown from it. Same with Tyrone. Tyrone has dealt with his fear, dealt with his depression, dealt with his guilt. And he's become a better man for it. And both of them together, as strong as they are with no baggage to hold them back, now they can fly. And what I mean by fly is they can just fight anyone. They can stand against anything. And I think that them dealing with their doppelgangers the way they did a great job of showing how far they've come since season 1. If you go back to season 1, like pick any episode, pick like season 1, episode 4, and watch how they act in that episode, and then watch how they act here, and you'll be like, wow, they have gotten so much stronger. They have gotten so much more sure of themselves, and they believe in each other. Because remember, for a second, man, they was not vibing, son. Like for a minute, they was not feeling each other. And now to see how sure they are of each other, how much they trust each other, and how much they care about each other's well-being, and the ability to trust one another to even switch off, they've become probably the best on-screen MCU duo, or I guess you would consider it MCU because I'm not sure if it's exactly tied to the movies. Netflix has been weird about how they've handled that. But I'd say probably the best duo because this is a duo who is able to run without having to worry what the other one is feeling, thinking, because they already know. That's how tight they are with each other. And I was just completely impressed with the way they handled that, the way they handled the writing, the way they handled even winning and then kind of being reset by, of course, Papa Dre. I'm just calling Papa Dre Jazz Man right now. Even after being reset, being able to not only find each other, battle each other's doppelgangers, be reset, and still come out on top to be able to face him head on. They have crossed so many hurdles, so many boundaries between each other, so many boundaries they put on themselves, and they have become better men and women for it, a better team for it, and now they are a true unit. And that's what made this episode. And hopefully, Louisiana Kid, hopefully Star Drew, hopefully Hot McFly. I think it was Hot McFly. Hopefully you guys agree with me. That won't push it to pretty good episode. I'll push it to really good because now you see how far they've come. These ain't just two little kids in school, all right? These ain't two little kids is stealing and doing drugs, all right? These are two kids that have fought for other people while protecting each other's hearts, protecting each other's psyche and emotions, and also building each other up and becoming a better unit for it. Tyrone and Tandy done did it. They done did it. I gotta get you. Look, hey. I'm just saying Tyrone and Tandy 2020. That's all I'm saying. Tyrone and Tandy 2020. You heard it here first. If it happens, just remember, I'm the prophet that put it all together. Now, Therese, what up, Therese in the house? Therese said, no, I haven't watched it yet. Therese, you don't never be watching. Therese, all right, look, hey, bruh, you're killing me. All right, but Stardew says, yeah, Despair is trying to jump up the mountaintop for a legend to be cocky. Yeah, he was trying hard, man. He was doing a little much. Riv, what up, Riv? Nice to see you in the house. Said, I like when Tandy was like, Ty would never come at me like that. Yeah, yo, look, she straight roasted that fake Ty. Yo, man, look, she could have been on Comedy Central the way she roasted that dude. Like it was it was McNasty the way she held him down. Also, let's see what else we got. Also the way she handled his movements towards her, she showed him up. She made fake Tyrone look bad, boy. She made him look bad. It won't even funny the way she made him look. She roughed him up. Teresa said, yes, MCU said, I'm mad I don't get the notifications when you go live either and hit the bell to get them. What? Yo, see, YouTube, YouTube be tripping. Last night, YouTube, we was clowning an old boy that was like, I ain't even gonna say it. We was clowning this dude that was like dancing and stuff. You can see it on the Beats Vibes. Like, but once we started clowning him, like YouTube cut the audio off. YouTube be tripping sometimes, man. I mean, I you know what? I'll say this. I would jump on YouTube, but at the same time, this is free. The service is free. I'm able to hang out with you and we could talk about movies and TV shows, and it's free. So there's only so mad. I can only get so mad, but sometimes YouTube, I'll be like, oh man, you're killing me right now. But with that said, slide that to the side. Sean Kelly in the house. What up, Arcatron? That's right. You guys need to check out ARCKATRON and check out some beats. Great music, beats, rhymes, all right there. Buy some stuff. I'm on some stuff. You should check it out. That's right. It's a baby flex, but I'm on some of the music. It also was the reason one of the albums was put together. So it's some good stuff. Y'all should check it out, especially that Black Panther release, because your boy right here is the one that kind of like kicked that off. I'm just saying, I kind of helped usher that to y'all. But go check out some music. It's awesome. ARCKATRON.com. It's super dope. But with that said, he said, is this the stream for Cloak and Dagger, Cloak and Swagger or not? yo, I ain't going front. Cloak and Swagger, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that name. I'm not mad at the title. It's actually a decent title. But yes, this is a live stream for Cloak and Dagger. Its season's over. It was an awesome season. It's crazy. We're going to go a little bit long tonight because it's just super fun. Arcatron, I'm not reading that because if I read it, they're probably going to turn off my audio. So we here, and I'm laughing with you in my mind, but I can't say it out loud because I know, and I love how you spelled it too with the HW. That like makes it even funnier. But you know what? I'm not going to say it because I'm gonna save this stream so it'll be alive for everybody. Louisiana Kid said, are you going to do reviews on Krypton? Lobo is going to be there this season. You know what? Krypton is a show that I saw the first episode of. I haven't seen any other episodes. I saw the first episode and really liked it. Unfortunately, due to my schedule, I could not keep up with it. But from what I've seen, which is just one episode, I did enjoy it. I like the premise with, they had Adam Strange come back and stuff. I was like, oh snap, when the last time a brother seen Adam Strange on TV? So I thought that was cool. I've also seen some promos for it where they look like they're doing some decent jobs with the makeup department and stuff like that. So I'm not mad at that show. Unfortunately, I gotta find some wiggle room to actually sit down and watch it. Brother might be, I might figure out some stuff on sci-fi. We might figure out Krypton. We might figure out a way to slide it into the podcast or something. We'll figure something out. Just keep messaging me about Krypton and we'll figure something out. Therese said, I finished episode 9 last week. I didn't know you go live stream the same day it airs. I thought I was going to watch it, and when it drops on Hulu, catch you live the next day. Oh, yeah. Yo, Arcatron, you wrong. All right, so Therese, yeah, I go live pretty much about an hour after it streams or whatever, or after it airs. Well, baby, hey. So with that said, I just want to end off on the way they handled Jazzman. That combo move with him being like, is these all your tricks? See, that's what's wrong with him. You try to be too sweet, like, oh, these all your tricks, this all you got. And then he was like, nah, I got another trick. And then old girl hit her with the jump man. She came out like, ah. She came out like, this is Sparta. And then next thing you know, she stabbed him right up in the chest. And then the illest disc was putting the record scratch on him leaving him in the worst, most illest, craziest despair of the note that he could never hit that left him godless. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting there, bald-headed, looking low, looking sad, like he ain't got no sense, and that's what he deserves. Now, with that said, that does leave the door open with him not being particularly dead, so he could come back. Maybe. We'll see, because since he's a god now, we don't know. I mean, he's a god now, so maybe he can recover from that, but it don't look like it looked like he's feeling bad for a minute, so maybe he'll be out of commission for a while. Big shout out, yo, Arcatron, you wrong, son. I'm not reading that, man. That doomed us. I'm not reading it. Star Drew said, love the time effect and Krypton. Word up. Yeah, I might have to check out Krypton and see what it's all about. Now, lastly, probably the epilogue was cool, seeing families brought back together, seeing people's names cleared, seeing Tandy going home, seeing the kids on the streets not dealing with people that's like messing with girls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like drugging girls and everything. I love the fact that they had made New Orleans better. And I like that kind of epilogue. Now I know this is kind of ride off into the sunset, ending, but we don't get to see that many times in superhero stuff these days. So I was, I liked it. I dug that they left it on a moment, on a note where it's like, hey, the city is better. I mean, everything in the world isn't fixed, but the city is better for what we've done. We came together for something that was larger than any of us singularly, and we made the city better. We protected these women, and I'll talk about that message in a second. But the best part of the end of this season was Connors hanging up, and Mayhem got her. She got her revenge, and we're not sure if Ma Dukes killed him and just gave her the body. We don't know, but we know that Mayhem got her revenge, and everything is right in the world. Seeing that guilty across his chest and him hanging, that was beautiful. And even seeing the officers like looking kind of smirk, it's like you knew he was dirty. Like everybody knew it was dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they get down. They knew that. So Louisiana Kid says, you're right. The show has gotten progressively better over time. I mean, you're the one who talked me into continuing to watch it because I thought the first 3 episodes were terrible. First 3 of this season or first 3 of season 1? Because if you're talking about first 3 of season 1, I was on the line, but still positive about it. But once it got to like season 4 and stuff, I was really digging it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with NERDSoul Light, feeling the same way. Star Drew said, and the 2 kids won't traffic the 3 childs. That was good. Yep, that's what I'm saying, man. That's how you know that your boy Tyrone got the streets. Now, of course, we got a couple things to talk about in the end of the season, but we got, of course, I know y'all want to know the last moment of this season. What do the babies think about this? What is the baby review? What is the baby NERDSoul like? Well, if you see, what was really cool about this season is that Tyrone and Tandy became stronger in mind and body. We thought that Mayhem was going to be a villain, but no. Mayhem turned out to be a great asset to the team. I love how they came together. Mina could have been used a little bit, man, just a little bit, but all in all, it was super cool. I loved it, and Connors got his just desserts. See, hey guys, straight from the baby, look. Disney they know what they're doing with the baby, so they know what's going on. So with that said, this episode was flames. Now I want to get into, let me know either down below, or you can let me know in the chat. What do you think about this season? Who is your MVP of this season? You know what I'm saying? Who is the MVP? And I guess we'll end out on that. Yeah. Who's your MVP of this season? Because you know what? I'll hold back on mine. I'll talk about a couple people that could be in the running. Of course, you got Tyrone and Tandy. They're always going to be in the running. But I'd say, guys, don't forget, MVPs don't have to be good guys. You know what I'm saying? If you're a super villain at heart, you know what I'm saying? If you MF Dooming it up, You know what I'm saying? Maybe your MVP might be Leah. You know what I'm saying? Just let her brother know. Yeah, Mayhem was an anti-hero. Yeah, definitely. But I think she meant well. She's an anti-hero that means well. Let's see. But while you guys are putting it in, one of my favorite moments of the season was, or I guess the favorite messages or parts of the season was really handling human trafficking, sex slavery in a very nuanced and adult and mature way. I've said this like in a couple of episodes. This is a show that you wouldn't expect to see on, you wouldn't expect to see this on Freeform. You know what I'm saying? It's you wouldn't expect to see, like you wouldn't expect to see this on Freeform. You'd be like, yo, this isn't the kind of stuff that Freeform can handle competently. But they handled it in a way that was understandable. They handled it in a way that allowed the characters to grow, and they handled it in a way that I don't think this ever talked down to us. I don't think it ever treated us like we weren't smart enough. We got messages about missing girls, messages about sex slavery, about brothels, illegal brothels, stuff like that. And in a way, and even learned about the system and how the system sees sex slaves, sex workers, human traffic, or humans that are trafficked, and sees them as less than. And it's definitely something that it surprised me. It surprised me in a very good way. It surprised me, and it let me know that the writers on this show they're not gonna like kind of like spoon feed us. They're gonna allow us to grow and come up with them. But with that being said, big shout out to Argatron says Cloak and Dagger is for the babies. It's right. Cloak and Dagger is for the children. A woo for you, and a woo for you, and a woo for you. Jonathan Jackson, what up? Nice to have you in the spot. Jonathan Jackson says, my MVP would have to be Adina. That's how you handle someone who hurts your family. All right, okay. I see you. Kimberly Platt, what up? Hello, nice to see you. Star Drew said, I would like them to tackle anything on a show and still have heroes, mayhem, and grow as a team. Word up. Yeah. My MVP of this season, unfortunately, and I know it seems like in a very small way, but it seems to be the linchpin if I think about it a little bit. The MVP for me would have to be Ma Dukes. And here's why. Ma Dukes kept the faith. She had no reason to keep the faith. And I know we didn't spend a lot of time with her, but the time that we did spend, her at the vote, her with Connors, her with her son, her without her son, she kept the faith that her son was not only going to end up all right, but they would somehow figure out this situation. And to be able to have that faith in such darkness, and also be able, she wasn't weak at all. You know what I'm saying? She definitely, homegirl had a little heat with her. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give it to Ma Dukes, man. And she gave Tyrone the words he needed at that time that kind of turned him around to be able to then save Tandy and then move on. So yeah, I had to give MVP to Ma Dukes. Ma Dukes, either Ma Dukes or Auntie. Because Auntie did a lot of similar things, but for Evita. And without Evita, we don't have the bridge for them to go and then beat up Jazzman. And then, so either Auntie or, you know what I'm saying, like unsung heroes of this one. You know what I'm saying? They're like the Scottie Pippen on this joint. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't sleep. A lot of people don't see them, but can't sleep on them. So that's where I'm at. Probably one of the funniest moments of this season was Tyrone going to the drug dealers or the gang members or whatever, and basically beating them senseless. And even when they was trying to like run away and stuff, him just like teleporting all around him and be like, "Yo, bro, hey, you can't hold me, son. You can't hold me." So seeing him level up, and of course, this is the name of the episode, level up, level up. You know what I'm saying? You got to level up, and we saw Tyrone and Tandy level up the whole season. Even saw Mayhem level up. It's something that's ended up being awesome. You know what I'm saying? This whole season was awesome, and it feels like a great companion to season one and a great capstone for both seasons. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. I'm very pleased with this. The writing was on point, acting was straight smooth as butter from everybody that came through. Even from Mina, you know what I'm saying, on up to Tyrone and Tandy. I never felt like anyone was out of place this season, which is a good thing. And it's good where you can weave a real problem that's going on in society right now in a way that isn't after school special type, or it isn't talking down to us, or it isn't too up on its own, soapbox to be able to tell the story. I think they handled it in a very real way. They tied it into Tandy and her mother's life in a very real way, and it seemed natural. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but since we all watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies, we know this show, this season could have went wrong a million ways. And it didn't. It didn't. So kudos to the whole, writing staff, production team, directors, and all that. All the different directors this season killed it, man. I'm digging it. Oh, season one for Louisiana K. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll let you. I'll roll with you on that. I was about halfway on the first 3 episodes, but I was still positive. But I was like halfway, but I was like, I want to see where this is going. And then after 4 and 5, I was really like, cool, I'm here. So yeah, man. I'm digging this. This is a dope show. Like, even if they ended the show right here, I'd be very pleased with what they did with it. So I'm excited to see where they go next. I'm glad they picked up a cause. I'm glad that it matched the show, and I'm glad they handled it in a way where they expected us to be adults about it and be able to handle the subject matter. And keep the conversation going about, not treating women that are being held hostage like hostages again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold up, you're going to prosecute these women? They just essentially got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? They was in a hotel jail. Now you're going to put them in regular jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have those conversations go on in the context of the show, to be able to bring them out of the show and have them in the context of our daily lives and the governments that we make up and that we build and that we function in, and, kind of like generate the power to be able to survive. So, guys, thank you for hanging with me all season. Well, even if it was just 1 to 2 episodes, bottom line is you rolled through, and thank you. If this is your first episode, thank you for rolling through. It's nice to see your son shiny faces. Now, with that said, don't forget you can holler at me, NERDSoul. That's right, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, if you like, I don't like video like that. I don't like watching videos. I don't even want to see your face. Then you can holler at your boy on that podcast. Just search for NERDSoul wherever you get your podcast from. Stitcher, iTunes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me on the podcast tip. Then you can just be in your ears. I don't got to be in your eyes. Be in your ears. Or if you like listening to some jams, I dropped a couple joints called NERDSoul 10, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Stream your boy. Pick up a track. It's 6 of them. You might like one. If you don't like none, just send me a message. Be like, I don't like none of your songs. I'll be like, well, just wait till the next one. I don't have no other. Just, I don't know, wait, maybe, I don't know. Just check out the podcast, man. There's too much stuff for you to be checking out. So, guys, holler at me. I'm going to holler at you. Down in the comments, let's talk Cloak and Dagger. We can also talk some other Marvel stuff too, man. I like to see this in the context of the rest of the MCU, especially with, with Luke Cage and everybody kind of being referenced in this, to see if maybe, just maybe, we might see them again, and maybe, just maybe, see them on this show. You never know. So before I get out of here, big shout out to everyone in the chat. We got Star Drew, Arcatron, Therese, Jonathan Jackson, Kimberly Platt. We got your boy Louisiana Kid. We got Hot Mick Fly. We got I think that's it. I think that's all we got. Anyway, bottom line is you got me, NERDSoul, and you got NERDSoul Light. We glad y'all came through. So from us to you, thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for chilling. And of course, before y'all get out here, hit that thumbs up. I see 8 of y'all watching. There's only 6 thumbs up. So there better be 2 thumbs down. Y'all better did some thumbs up or thumbs down. And if y'all did that thumbs up, peace out to y'all. But if y'all hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send that jazz man after you. He ain't look. No, you know what? He too hurt to do. I'm gonna just take you and I'm gonna put you where the jazz man is, and you just gonna be listening to record scratching for the rest of your life. And you ain't gonna be happy. So in your face. How you feel about that now? So anyway, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He done. He read. So with that said, thank you for hanging with us. Until next time, tomorrow we got Swamp Thing. Tune in for that. It's gonna be sweet. And we got some books and stuff and comic books and stuff. We got tons of stuff going on. So, of course, till next time, it's just from us to you saying peace. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I said, oh, yeah. I said, oh, yeah. I said,